So I know this is an old ass subject, but I just want to start it off with Lee Harvey Oswald. So, wow, I messed that up. Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill JFK. Would you like to know who did? Our Uncle Sam. It was Uncle Sam. And my hair is being crazy this morning. I have no idea why. I just decided to be done this morning and look like a retard. But yeah, anyways, Lee Harvey Os. Wow, that looks dirty. Anyways, Lee Harvey Oswald. Ugh. All right, there we go. Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill JFK. It's Uncle Sam, baby. Your own government sitting in that house, or that Pentagon, or that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The whole thing of the airplane that crashed into the Pentagon. Bullshit. That is complete horseshit. They said it was so hot that it disintegrated. How can an airplane disintegrate and there be no evidence of it landing? I mean, crashing there. No, dude. That was a missile fired at the Pentagon. It was a missile. Missile. Sorry. A little sick. Got my Coca-Cola. Anyways, yes, it was our own government, Uncle Sam, that killed JFK. Or even the whole. I don't believe that they did the Two Towers deal. I don't believe the government did that. I don't know enough about it to comment or speculate on it. You guys can comment on here whatever you want, and maybe I'll take in some new information or learn something at least. You know what I mean? But yes, Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill JFK. I got your back, dude. It was Uncle Sam because the way that the angle of the bullet was shot from where Lee Harvey Oswald was allegedly found with the rifle, that bullet would have had to turn a magic 180 degrees to turn around and hit him. It would have to completely turn around. A bullet going over 400 miles an hour would have to completely turn around 180 degrees. So it would have to go, well, I'm going to go this way. Boom. For the penetration shot. Because it penetrated through his neck. So, obviously, if you guys have watched the video. But and after I make this video, I'll post the link of the video on here so you guys can comment and speculate and see what you guys do know, see what you guys don't know. But conspiracies of America. Uncle Sam. JFK was going to reveal people that were money laundering, stealing from the government, anything that worked for the government, and the government couldn't handle that because a lot of those people would have been put away. And JFK was he was going to make this country the way it was founded, the way it should be. I mean, we shouldn't be scared of our government. The government should be scared of us. This is bullshit that we sit here and cower like chihuahuas. The government should be scared of us. You know what? And when they try and do the New World Order also, when they go and try and do the New World Order, I'm just telling you, it's a good thing about living in Idaho, baby. I get to keep my guns. You guys can't take them from me. I'll have mine in my hand, so bring it on, motherfuckers. I run this. America should run this. What's up with all these senators voting for stuff? Whose money is it? Whose money is it? It's your money. Why is someone else basing their opinion on where your money should go when it's your money? That's your shit. When they take that somewhere else and put it with someone else, what is that? Stealing. And you know what? Don't steal because the government hates competition. It is total shit. And me and my mom had this conversation last night because she's really open-minded about politics, and so am I. I mean, I take in new information. I'm not one of those bull-headed people. But when my teacher, Mr. Stevenson, they only work 7 months out of the something like that. What is it? 9 months out of the year, something like that. Unless they do, what do you call it? Also, what is that? Summer school. My teacher can't apply for food stamps because he makes too much. What is that? How do you be a teacher and you make too much to apply for food stamps? That's shit. And that's me and my mom talking last night. Why should she have to pay for someone else's health care when their health care is better than hers? And people that are claiming unemployment and all this and that don't have a job get better health care than she does. And she pays for other people's? What is that? And they get $200 worth of food stamps every, what is it, week? 2 weeks? My mom, when she worked at Micron like 10 years ago, yeah, something like that, she made $12 an hour and had 2 kids. And she couldn't afford her own house, couldn't afford her own car payment if she had a house. So we had to live with my grandma and grandpa for, I think, like 2 years. But that was awesome. I can't complain about that. That was awesome. But what is it when she can't afford to buy a house or anything, but someone else can do nothing and not have a job and have a house, have unemployment checks, have food stamps, and make a better living than what she would have on $12 an hour? She couldn't apply for food stamps. What is this country coming to? It's total shit. The government would even think of doing this to us. America, the American flag, America stands for freedom. So what are we doing? You're making people pay for other people that don't have a job. You're making other people pay for those lazy people that can make a better living than some of the working people in America. They get a better life because our government is so corrupt. That's what the government is showing us. And people, I mean, I used to be one of the biggest racist people that you could meet. I mean, but now I'm different because they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. And people say, like black people, we brought them over here. And people tell Mexicans, go back to your country. You know what? You can't say that because we invaded this nation. We invaded the Americas and founded the 13 colonies back in the day. So it's not fair to say that at all. And I believe that Africa is in the position that it is, which is no money, very poor and cruel country, because when we were taking slaves, we didn't take the strong or the strong or the anything, the big tough guys. We took the smart ones. So what was, what were they left with? People that were literate. So I strongly believe that that Africa is the way it is because of us, because of our corrupted government. And people say George Washington was racist. No. He treated the slaves as servants other than slaves. He gave them a place to live. he treated them with respect. And now, but you hold up your swastikas and all that for what? What do you hold that up for? Because you want a reason to be mad? Well, guess what? You don't have one. You're making your own reason to be mad. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. Don't tell them to go back to their own country because we did the most unforgivable thing to the Indians. So don't give me that. I'm a proud American, but you know what? I'm starting to lose faith in America because they haven't shown me anything. We pay our taxes, and this is what America does: eat, sleep, shit, pay taxes. I mean, the freedoms nowadays all have. And there's this girl, and I'm going to name her name because I don't like her, because she doesn't know anything that she's talking about. Her name's Crystal. She is an African American. And a lot of the African Americans are loud. I've known more than a couple, and a lot of them are loud. It's upsetting that she would open her mouth like she does when she doesn't know what she's talking about. It makes me think, why are you even talking right now? It's like, at least learn what you're going to talk about. And she's all telling me her friend got arrested for cussing. She's like, what about freedom of speech? I'm like, freedom of speech is different. I'm like, you can say whatever you want to a police officer in your private quarters, in your house. Once that door closes, you can say anything you want to him. There's no, in my opinion, you're being an asshole. You cannot cuss in public. You cannot cuss in a bar sometimes without getting thrown out. It's called disturbing the peace and indecent, not exposure, but indecent obscenity. You cannot cuss in public. And people say, oh, America's gay, freedom of speech, all this stuff. You know what? Learn about your rights before you go and just say freedom of speech and take someone else's advice when they don't even know what they're talking about. You cannot cuss at a police officer. You cannot cuss in public and get away with it if an authority figure hears you. I mean, why do you think people suck up to cops? They don't want that ticket. You give respect and you get it. This world is about give and take. And most of these people nowadays are just taking. And that makes me so upset. I'm not even 18 years old. And there are people who don't know anything about this country that don't want to because it'll just make them upset. I'm like, you have to know your stuff. I'm like, you can't go into the world and think that you're going to take it when you don't know it. Alright, anyways, it's upsetting. It really is. Um, sorry. But yeah, yesterday, I mean today was the last day of night school. So that's a good one. That's probably why I'm making a video in my V neck. Anyways, yeah, the government is ridiculous. Cannot wait for the New World Order to come because, well, I'm seeing what this is.